Today we'll talk about 80% of all NFTs belong to 17% of addresses. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's head into it. In October, cryptocurrency analytics company Moonstream released data about the real state of the NFT market, reporting that from April through nearly the end of September, 16.71% of all NFT holders on Ethereum owned 80.98% of all NFTs. The company analyzed more than 700,000 addresses and more than 7 million tokens. Therefore, the sample size for this study cannot be considered insufficient to understand the situation in the NFT market. The report released on October 21 led to a huge stir on the part of the holders on such tokens. In the minds of many, the concentration of assets in the hands of a limited number of holders is akin to monopolizing the market, establishing new rules of the game. But before succumbing to this panic and paper-handing valuable NFTs, holders should consider whether this situation is really out of the ordinary. So it's worth comparing these numbers to the figures outside the NFT realm and figuring out how the Pareto Principle is relevant here. The Pareto Principle. The greatest minds have been doing mathematical calculations at the intersection of economics and sociology for centuries. Zipf's law, Duran's rule, and other theories about the unequal distribution of goods come from one underlying theory, the Pareto Principle. Vilfredo Pareto considered the distribution of wealth and income in 19th century England. The scholar found that most income and wealth belonged to a minority of people in the studied groups. For that time, this was not really so surprising. However, Pareto also established two very remarkable facts. The first implied that there is a constant mathematical relationship between the size of a group of people and the share of wealth or income controlled by that group. In other words, if it's known that 20% of the population owns 80% of the wealth, then it's safe to say that 10% of the population owns about 65% of the wealth, and 5% of the population owns 50%. For Pareto, the main point was not the percentage figures, but the fact that the distribution of wealth among the population was predictably unbalanced. The second fact in this pattern of imbalance remains the same for statistics relating to different periods and different countries. The rule applies to data for England for any period of its history, or data for other countries for different periods. Many examples of the 80-20 principle can be found in the field of business. 20% of a product line typically generates 80% of total sales. The same can be said about clients, as 20% of the customers usually generate 80% of a company's profits. These examples stay true in today's society as well. The 80-20 principle ensures that when the actual ratio becomes known, the observer is surprised by the level of that imbalance. Whatever the actual level of imbalance turns out to be, it's likely to exceed expectations. This is what happened when Moonstream published the statistics. Many NFT traders didn't doubt the presence of big players in this market. However, everyone was shocked and frightened by such asset concentration in the hands of a limited number of players. Will the distribution of shares change in the future? It's possible to find many minor reasons not to take this research seriously. For instance, the agency only looked at tokens in the Ethereum network. Many of the holders could turn out to be trading platforms, marketplaces, and clearinghouses. Keep in mind that the analysis was conducted only among ERC-721 tokens and does not include data from Layer 2 networks such as Polygon. The 80-20 ratio is present in many sectors of finance. Therefore, NFT investors should not consider this to be something exceptional or threatening. Many systems with the same level of asset concentration have continued to perform and serve the interests of all participants for centuries. This rate may change slightly as DeFi technology is implemented. With that said, as new users with small amounts of funds in their crypto wallets come in, large new investment funds can be expected to come in as well. What do you think about this distribution? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the two videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.